know what? We can stay home. We can refuse to participate. We can say, you know what? There is a third option. And the third option is we don't participate. We don't vote.
The governor of Arizona should veto the bill. And if she doesn't, the president of the United States, Barack Obama, should assert federal government's preeminent role in regulating and enforcing our nation's immigration law. The lunacy of rounding up people because they look a certain way or are suspected of being in violation of immigration statutes can only lead to one thing: violations of people's basic fundamentals.
Oh, kiss my behind! You violated our political rights, our legal rights, our health rights. I'm sick of this double talk from these criminals. How much can we take of this garbage? They have Congress representing them. Illegal aliens, think of how far you've fallen as an American. Think of what your father was compared to you, you worm, you listening to this show. Think of what your grandfather was compared to you, you lousy worms. You know, I'm so fed up with the American male, I could scream. You're nothing compared to your father and your grandfather. They never would have let these people represent illegal aliens over you. You let them run wild over your country. You know what? You deserve to lose your country. You deserve to lose everything because you lost your self-respect. Look what we have in the White House. Take a look at what we have in the White House because you're nothing compared to your father. Would your father have ever let a Barack Obama into the White House? Not because he's of mixed race. Don't twist my words, but because he is of unknown background. We don't know where he was born. We don't know what the hell he wrote while he was in college. We don't know what his grades were, but we know this. We know that he's following the Marxist-Leninist pathway to heaven. We know that he lied during his campaign. We know that everything he said was a lie. We don't even know who funded him. We know that Goldman Sachs gave him almost $1 million, but he won't give that back. Well, who else gave him the money that he used to get into office? We don't know who gave him the money, but we know this. We know that much of it came from foreign sources. We know that much of it came from overseas. We know that much of it came from people who hate America and hate America's freedoms. And all of this happened because while I was on this radio show screaming my guts out for 16 years trying to wake you up like Paul Revere himself, many of you laughed at me. Many of you called me names. Many of you called me the problem. Many of you called the illegal alien the solution. Many of you called the criminals the solution and the patriots the problem. We've fallen to such an extent that Navy SEALs right now are on trial for their very freedom because one of them may have punched an arrested terrorist in the stomach while they were interrogating him. That's after the terrorists killed some of their friends. Can you imagine your father's military putting men on trial for punching an enemy in the stomach? Look what you've let happen. Take a look at who's running your Defense Department. Take a look at the Fort Hood massacre and how they're covering up for Major Hassan because he's a Muslim. They spit on Christianity. They vomit on the church, but they protect Muslims. And what do? Nothing. Internet pornography. Take me out to the ball game, you schmucks, you. You got just what you deserve. You got Obama in the presidency. You got Schumer in the Senate. You got Gutierrez in the Congress. And as a result, you've lost your country. You're giving your children nothing. You've turned your country over to a bunch of bums. And your children are going to inherit nothing because you failed as a father. Because you failed as a man. That's why America has Obama. That's why America has Gutierrez. And that's why the illegal aliens are virtually laughing in our face. So finally, the citizens of Arizona say enough is enough. You've killed enough of our cops. You've destroyed enough of our farmland. You've killed enough of our ranchers. We're going to pass a law giving the police the right to stop people and ask them whether they're here legally or illegally. And maybe we'll put some teeth in our laws. And what happens? Gutierrez, representative of who? Representative Luis Gutierrez, representing who? Representing the illegal aliens. I didn't know the illegal aliens were a state. I didn't know that the illegal aliens comprised an entire district in Congress where they had their own representative. But apparently, Representative Luis Gutierrez, Democrat of illegal IL, threatens Obama and threatens America and says to the people of Arizona, drop dead. You have no power. I, Luis Gutierrez, I have more authority than you do. That all of you crackers in Arizona can drop dead. I, Luis Gutierrez, I'm so powerful that I'm going to have the government override your vote. Well, I got news for you, Gutierrez, and everybody else. This is a new dawn in America. The people have had it up to here, and they're taking the country back from the illegal aliens. They're taking it back from the crooks on Wall Street. They're taking it back from the illegitimate bastards in Congress who have stolen our birthright and stolen our nation. This is just the beginning. You keep threatening us. You keep threatening us and see where it ends up. You'll find out that the people are not such schmucks. You'll find out very soon that the American people still have fiber left in them. You'll find out that not all of them are the putzes that you think they are.
Savage.